Yeah, hi everyone. Good day to all. So today we are going to see how to authenticate Azure from Terraform today. Okay. So yeah, I'm having the reference link from the Terraform registry site. Okay. So this link will be shared in the description. So to authenticate a Terraform, to authenticate Azure from Terraform, we have various ways. So, particularly specific to Azure, we have five possible ways. Okay, here these are the five possible ways. Now, in this session, we are going to see how to authenticate using the service principal and the client secret. Okay, so let me open this. Okay, in this link, the detailed steps has been given. You can create the service principal using Azure CLI, or you can create through browser as well. Okay, but now I am going to use the command line tool. Okay, so before that, let's see whether we have any service principal in the Azure portal. So for that, I'm going to Azure Active Directory, and here app registration. Right now, we don't have any service principal and then appreciations. Okay, so let's create the new one. So for that, first we have to log into Azure, so that we have to execute this command. So it will prompt you the username and password. Um, just give your credential to authenticate, and it will provide the output of the command will have this information like what is the tenant ID, subscription, and other informations. Just save it somewhere for the future reference. So just I'm saving here. Okay, and what is the next step? And yeah, you can list you if you execute this command, it will list out the account list. Okay, already we have it. Okay, and then just move further. So if you have more than one subscription, then you can execute this command by passing the subscription ID. But in our portal, we have only one subscription, so that should be enough. So I'm ignoring this particular step. Okay, and this is the command which will create the service principal on your Azure. Okay, so let me copy this. We have to execute. So as I need to pass the subscription ID, I'm just frame the command. Okay, so here where is the so id is nothing but the subscription id. Okay, just to copy it, and I'm replacing this one, and I'm just executing this now. Okay, okay, now the service principal has been created. So let me have this as a reference. So I'm just storing it to somewhere for future reference. Okay, okay, then what is the next step? So once we have these things, what we can do, see if you see here, this particular app ID is nothing but the client ID with respect to Terraform, and password, whatever it is mentioned, that is for nothing but the client secret, and tenant is nothing but the tenant ID. Okay, let's see how to use this now. Okay, so now we got the information. So let's see whether it has created the registration here. So let me refresh the portal. Yeah, you can see here, right? One on registration has been created using the command. Okay, so for this we have the output here. What is the app ID and what is the password and what is the tenant ID? Now we have to configure these things in the Terraform provider. Okay, so let us configure this. So this is the provider. So provider is nothing but it is a configuration for your provider. So provider is nothing but it may be AWS or Azure or GCP or VM or whatever it is. So you have to configure the provider to authenticate the your target platform, right? So for that we can use the provider block. Okay, so inside the provider block we need to mention our IDs to authenticate the Azure portal now. So how to mention here? Just refer the portal. So here we have example, right? So these are the arguments: client ID, client secret, tenant ID, subscription ID are the argument names, and the values we have to pass it based on our credential. I mean our yeah, whatever we got output, right? So based on we need to configure. Let's see how to do it. So I will replace this everything with the original value. So client ID. Okay, what is client ID? Somewhere we have seen, right? Okay. So client ID is nothing but the app ID. So this app ID has to be passed to the client ID argument name. Okay, I'm passing. And then the client secret. Client secret is nothing but the password. Okay. So let me pass this. And the subscription ID. So subscription ID we have here. Okay. Just copy and paste it. Sorry, actually this should be copied. This should be pasted to secret. Okay. So let me do it. So what is tenant ID? This is the tenant ID. Okay. Yeah. Now we have the information for our argument. Okay. So before configuring the provider, let's see whether it is able to authenticate or not. Okay. Without giving any information. Okay. So I'm just doing the Terraform init. It will download all the providers. Fine. And then Terraform plan I'm doing. So it has actually, yeah, we got the error. What is the error? The invalid credential, because we have not given any credential to our provider. We have not configured any credential for our provider to communicate to our target platform, right? So what we will do now, we will just configure these arguments in our providers now. Okay. So I just copy paste. Okay. Now let's try again. Okay, this quotation is something different, so let me change it. Okay, fine. Yeah. Now let us execute the Terraform plan again. Yeah. Now it is successfully authenticated our Azure cloud. I mean that is the target platform, right? So these are we have to configure the provider to authenticate our Azure portal. This is specific to Azure. Okay. Okay. So in this case, we are hard coding everything here, and it is visible to everyone. Whoever see this code, everyone will be able to read it, right? So so this is not the right way to hard code these kind of secret credential things, right? So for that we have another option. We can configure into environment variables. Okay. So how to do that? For specifically for Azure, we have some specific environment variable we have. So if you see, these are the environment variables: client ID secret, client ID and client secret, and tenant ID and subscription ID. So we will configure it now as an environment variable, and then let's see how it works. Okay. So let us do here. So client ID. Okay, this is the client ID. Let me copy and the secret. Okay, this is a secret, and this is the tenant ID. Okay, so let me copy this as well, and the subscription ID. Okay. So now if you execute this export command, it will create the environment variable. Okay. Suppose if you are using Windows servers, I mean Windows machines, you can use the PowerShell command, this command, just to replace these values to the original values. Okay. Okay. So before configuring the environment variable, let us delete these things again, and let's execute again the Terraform plan command to see whether it is able to authenticate, to make sure our environment variable is working or not, right? So okay, now it is not getting authenticated because the provider does not have any values. Okay, so now let's create our environment variable using the export command. Okay, just I'm executing these commands here. Okay, we have executed, and to verify whether it is created or not, just I'm doing the uh, print env command. Yeah, now we can see this has been configured as a environment variables. Okay, now let's see whether it is getting authenticated. Okay, our Terraform code. So let's do Terraform plan again. Yeah, if you see, it is getting authenticated now, right? So this is how we can authenticate Azure from Terraform. Okay, yeah, thank you.